journal. Okay, so important. Get your name out there. Offer to review. Very important. So when things do go well, is an example of what I had published 2 years ago now, 18 months ago now. I'm pleased to inform you that has been recommended for publication in Natural Product Reports. Hooray! Impact factor over 10. Hooray! You know, fantastic. So it was a review, but it was good to get that in. It was with a colleague of mine, which one of my PhD students, Rania. So that was good to get in. Okay, so the last slide really is build on your successes. So the aftermath and moving forward. Yeah. So build on what you've done. Use what you've published to secure more funding and do more adventurous and in-depth work. You celebrate your success, think about what you've done, it helps you to contextualize and move forward. We very much get into a process of being on a treadmill, you know, go, paper. You know, sometimes you have to break the cycle, step back. I'm breaking the cycle in June. I'm going to take a sabbatical for two months with Professor Asakawa in Tokushima, and 1 month with my long-standing collaborator in Birmingham. So I'm taking 3 months out of total to reflect on what I've been doing over the last 5-10 years, to try and get an idea and decide where I'm going, and also to learn some new techniques, try and learn some new things which can add value to my group and what we're doing. Always think about some of these, okay, admittedly in your area, antivirals is tough. You need to have a robust assay in some sort of areas, but yeah, don't sit with novelty and lose it. We've done that before. There are other reasons why we couldn't publish, and then someone came along and published it, and you think, oh, heaven's sake, I should have just got the work out. You know? So remember, it is competitive. It's a competitive field, and you've got to move it forward.
First, how do you look at the degree of novelty of any manuscript that comes to you?
That's a very good question. I would say, if we take the phytochemical example, if it's straight phytochemistry, we now have criteria for, say, numbers, at least 2 new compounds, and they can't just be simple iterations. We have lots of simple compounds like flavonoids, where someone's isolated a flavonoid, for example, and it's an orthogonal derivative, which is new. Yeah? It has to be substantially different, so not just novelty, it has to have a difference from an iteration. We have lots of papers which are just simple iterations. We isolated these 2 compounds there.
Activity, molecular activity, maybe less than antimicrobial, and they found the good activity with the extract, and probably then when they isolated the compound, maybe the compound is not new, already been isolated, but maybe the species is new. So will you consider this one as a novel study, or how?
That would depend on the journal. My journal would say no, because we need novel chemicals here, or novel chemistry out. It doesn't mean that getting into an area where you could probably get into a very good microbiology journal. So even for known compounds, think about adding the value. Right? I mean, many of the known compounds that are used therapeutically, we know about what their mechanism of action is. If you have something which is strongly active and the mechanism isn't known, then think about doing some collaborative work. You'll come up with extra data, and you'll probably almost certainly get a paper in Journal of Antimicrobial Chemotherapy, Antimicrobial Agents and Chemotherapy, very good journals.